This is the Spurs POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the San Antonio Spurs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, in a season that you're looking for a Spurs team to have more and more benchmarks being conquered, more prove me something moments continuing to happen, tonight, maybe the biggest and the best one of them all. Welcome into the Spurs POSTCAST right here on Locked On Spurs, as always, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, the number one sports podcast network in all of the land, because of the everydayers hanging out with us like you are right now with Mr. NBA champion Devin Brown and myself. The Spurs tonight clinching West Group C of the Emirates NBA Cup. They go into Denver in a winner-take-all situation, and they beat the Nuggets 139-136 and have punched their date into the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup quarterfinals coming up in just a couple of weeks. Mr. NBA champion himself, Devin Brown. Needless to say, a banner type of win for a very young Spurs team, as we know, and the wins that they have had all season as we continue to move the goalposts back with this squad. They continue to meet them, and again tonight they did it again.
Casey, my voice is hoarse. My notes are crunched. Let's get into it. It's a big win.
We only got so much time. Then.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right. Weird game, fun game, inconsistent game, all of the above. One that started out very well for San Antonio, had an 8-point lead after one quarter of play. Both teams shot the lights out, hit over 2/3 of their shots each. The second quarter, however, things looked awful for the Spurs. They put up 41 in the first, turned around and got outscored 41-18 in the second quarter, trailed by 15 at the break, trailed by as many as 18 in the third quarter, to which San Antonio ultimately chips away in part to a 20-3 run, spearheaded by the likes of Kelly Olynyk, headed by the likes of Carter Bryant, Mitch Johnson going deeper into his bench, calling up numbers, and it gets the guys back into the game. Fourth quarter, we're back into the shootout. Two teams trade punches down the stretch, but Devin, not only was it Devin Vassell coming up big in the moments when they needed it, it was Devin Vassell doing things that Spurs fans have just been waiting for him to do, and big-time shot making to get them over the hump when they needed it.
All right, let's start. I love how you brought me into this. Hey, let's start with that first half. We're going to talk about that real quick. Hot start, both teams. Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, lighten it up everywhere, anybody. But you saw it was coming from a couple different sources. Fox didn't score before he went out. I hope Spurs fans paid attention to that, but he got going in a big way. Now, with Denver, it was getting Jamal Murray. They went to Jamal Murray and Joker early, often. Got Jamal going, had 12 points in that first quarter. Now, Spurs up 8, like you said, after the first quarter. Love it. Love it. All you're trying to do in a big road game like this is give yourself a chance in the fourth quarter. Casey, we're not there yet. We're going to get there. Hey, second quarter, Denver punches back. Huge. Hey, that was like me in the ring. I don't know what ring. Pick one. Hey, listen.
What ring we talking about?
I don't know. Casey, come on now. Stop that. Hey, listen. In the second half, the Spurs got back to playing team basketball. Looked great. And I'll tell you what, you talk about a big win. This was gigantic, Casey.
Mm-hmm. That's all you're done throwing the barbs. You're good.
I feel like boxing right now. That's how big of a win it was. And look, my notes are, I can't even read. My notes are all messed up, Casey. I was all over the place today. I was all over the place.
Well, let's get Devin back. Let's get Devin back on track, because the turning point tonight was one big-time three, 3 of 35 monster points tonight from Devin Vassell.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
All right, so like you just saw Devin Brown tell you with the left hook, right hook, two teams just throwing haymakers, tied into the final 90 seconds. Vassell gets a crack at a three, bang, knocks it down. Spurs get up by a triple. They get the stop, they get the ball back, knocks down another. Just like that, what was a tie game turns into a 6-point lead with a minute to go. That's all San Antonio needed. They hit their free throws. They close this thing out. They lock up the group of death. They lock up Group C, and as a result, they're moving on. But this is something that on the Devin Vassell side of things, who finished with 35, like I said, De'Aaron Fox, 15 and 12, by the way. Julian Champagnie also putting up 25 and 10. But the Vassell aspect of it, this is something that the Spurs have been waiting for. Again, just this consistency. I think you referred to him at one point as like the option 2A. If I think that was your wording for him. I don't want to misspeak, but basically under the thought process that like there's going to come moments where they need this tonight, where they're not going to have Victor, where they're not going to have Stephon Castle, where De'Aaron Fox is not going to shoot the ball particularly well, which he did not. He ended up shooting right around, I think the final stat line was 6 of 19. They're going to need somebody to close this thing out. And this is what Spurs have been waiting for, that they've been waiting for, and this is what they got tonight.
Hey, this is just one of the important pieces. And this is what makes the Spurs organization such a great organization is they have a ton of pieces. Okay? They have guys that can do everything. Like when we were going good, obviously you had Tim inside, you got Manu, you got Tony, you got Devin Brown, you got Brent Berry, you got Steve here. You like that? See, he's smiling again. And look, you got all these guys. Well, with this team, you got the same thing. You got Keldon, you got Vassell. It was Vassell's night tonight. The other night it was Keldon. Like, that's what you can do with this roster. That's why the Spurs feel like, you know, why are we waiting on whatever we're waiting on? We can win now with the pieces that we have. And Casey, let me tell you something. When we talked about this off screen before some other shows, this game right here was the one that was the most dangerous one. Like we talked about Portland and obviously Minnesota's coming, but this one right here was the big one. And the Spurs showed up tonight. And let me tell you something. We got to give Mitch a lot of credit for the bravery that he had tonight playing some of these guys that he played. I think he pushed all the right buttons at the right times. Mitch gets a big check that puts him at check 2 for the season. Big check tonight. He was awesome.
A couple more of the numbers, like we said, Champagnie, 25 points, 10 rebounds, Keldon, 14 and 8. Dylan Harper played 15 minutes in his second game back, 11 points, 3 assists, 3 steals. But again, it was just a little bit of everything in that third quarter. I know one of the guys, and this is an interesting parallel that we'll make here, or I'll let you make, considering you were the guy on the job who did it, was Carter Bryant. Only played 6 minutes tonight. Has been very inconsistent with the limited minutes that he's getting. But you saw what he did, and something switched in your mind immediately when you saw him go out in the third quarter, because he went out there and was tasked to just match up with Jokic for a little bit.
The
just
Joker.
One and only. Just to spell the regular assignments out there, to just go out there and hold it down, and he did. And you like to parallel it to some of the times where you were kind of didn't have a mainstay in the rotation, but when some of the big wings were coming to town, Pop had you on line 1 for the matchup.
Hey, Casey, listen, I almost passed out watching that young man. As soon as he checks in the game, he's guarding Joker. And I'm like, oh, that looks familiar. Hey, listen, when you put that Spurs uniform on, you know, he's guarding Joker. My job was guarding Kobe. Hey, they asked you to do one thing. Limit, not really limit the touches, Casey. Make it tough on him. That's the phrase they use. Make it tough on him. So Carter, I thought he did a great job because the lineup that he was in there with, they went on a run and cut into that lead and actually took the lead. So that right there, it gets you more minutes. It'll get you more minutes all the time. Great job by Carter Bryant. Just a phenomenal job by that young man.
Yeah, the Spurs part of the reason it's going to take everyone to win these games without Victor and without Castle on the toughest stretch of the season. Now move to 5-1 without Victor Wembanyama. If you signed up for 5-1 through 6 games without Victor Wembanyama, I think most people would have said, 1, you're probably wrong. That's not going to happen. And 2,
Right.
we'll take it. So they've certainly not only outperformed the expectation, they've passed it with flying colors up to this point. And you got to commend the job Mitch has done. Let it out.
Absolutely.
He earned his check. He earned his check tonight, and a little bit more. All right, coming up on the other side of the other side of the break, we see where the Spurs, where they can go from here, because now they're one of 8 teams alive playing for that Emirates Cup crown. And if you look at recent history with some of these teams to make a run, well, it's a little bit of a catapult, if you will. So how far can that catapult lift the Spurs? We got that coming up for you right here next on the Spurs Postcast here on Locked On Spurs. But before we do, let's talk about some of our partners who drive this program. Perhaps some celebratory eats tonight. As we talk about DoorDash, they found the perfect way to keep their fans well fed, I guess you could say, and keep them in their bag all season long. So whether you're watching the highlights, your fantasy team, or just your favorite player, they're making game night even better. They have the official introduction celebration, if you will, of what they're calling the bag drop. Every time a player scores 50, regardless of the team, regardless of who it is, they're going to drop 50% off your order with Dash Pass the next day, and you're automatically entered for a chance to win the ultimate fan bag. So next time, whoever it is, whether it be a Spur, Nugget, Rocket, Nick, whoever, next time someone goes off for 50, use the promo code NBA50 on the very next day, and you're going to get half off the order with Dash Pass, plus your shot at the bag drop. Again, this is Dash Pass members only, so you want to get checked out there too. For 50% off up to $10 a day with that 50-point showing in the promo code. As always, terms apply. No purchase necessary. Ends April 13th. Open to the U.S. residents 21 and older. DoorDashInYourBag.com is where you want to go for full details. And as always, DoorDash in their bag, making things happen. As is the case with FanDuel. And you don't need me to tell you, there's no better place to get in on the action of FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you miss the start of the game or you want to ride a hot hand, you check in late and put a little bit down on Devin Vassell to do his thing in the fourth quarter. They'll take care of you, especially when they got these big comebacks going down. Plus, you combine that with your same game parlay, and you get an even bigger payout. Gotta love it. It keeps every game exciting, especially when the Spurs are making a big push like they did tonight. So right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet hits. So head on over to FanDuel.com to play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Welcome back into the Spurs Postcast right here on Locked On Spurs. NBA champion Devin Brown, happy man. Casey Viera, happy man, because the silver and black of San Antonio, they're on their way to the NBA Cup quarterfinals. They win Group C, the group of death, a 139-136 win in Denver over the Nuggets. Probably the biggest win of the season. No, definitely the biggest win of the season for a young Spurs team. All right. So if you look in the very recent history, there's not a whole lot of history. This is only the third year the in-season tournament's been around. So it's a very small sample size.
Right.
But if you look at some of these younger squads who have made a push, Oklahoma City last year, they lost in the finals. Indiana the year before lost in the finals to the Lakers. That seemed like maybe more relatable in the Indiana case, because I think Oklahoma City is a few steps where the Spurs were this time last year. But the Pacers in 23-24, they were in a very similar spot. Young team trying to find their footing in a very competitive conference. And they lost to the Lakers in Vegas that year. But ultimately, they got going. And they won some big games in the postseason, went to the conference finals, and then the following year lost in the finals to the Thunder. Do you think the introduction of something like this, the play-in tournament, NBA Cup, and these type of games can help spearhead and expedite the process and growth for teams like where the Spurs are at in their development right now.
All right, I'm going to throw it back at you.
Bro.
Here we go. Hey, listen, big win tonight. The Spurs are showing what they can do now. Now, December 9th or December 10th, whenever this next game is Wemby going to be back for that? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this, Casey. I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me.
The players are going, big fella, we don't know what's wrong with you, but we need you out here with us. We'll leave it at that. We're not going to dive into that. Whatever Victor's got going on, whether, listen, big fella, we're out here doing our things. Victor himself has to be pumped up with a win like this to see his teammates go on the road against Joker and those Nuggets and win this game. That's big. So let me tell you this. Wemby's got to find out what's really going on with him, right? Like, whatever the doctors are saying, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Whatever that young man is feeling coming off of because the last time we saw him, he didn't get that ball in that last possession. I'm going to stay on that, Casey. He didn't get that basketball. Sometimes the best medicine for you is that basketball. And right now he's a little sick. But I'm telling you what, his teammates are picking up for him. They had a great win tonight. And what this will do, as far as answering your question, management is looking at it as San Antonio's trending the right way. All right. Just like those teams did. But for the Spurs to be able to put themselves into that, it's a great thing. So, the next game, December 9th, will be, great for the organization, for the city. Because let me tell you something, Casey, if they are able to pull this thing out, we will be celebrating on Military Drive. I don't care if you not count it or do count it. We will be out there.
You think Tim would have been right there hanging an in-season tournament banner?
Tim, that's a bad example.
You're like, Devin?
Devin, well. Yeah, Hey, listen, 5 Palms, Village Pond. I'm all out. I'm at all the ponds. Now, Tim, listen, they might have been looking for Tim, but they're gonna get DB. So and they love that. So we're good.
They'll find somebody in a Spurs jersey.
Oh yeah.
You're not Tim, you're not Manu, you're not Tony. You're that close enough. Come on. Bring him in.
Absolutely. That guy right there. Look, DB. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, yep, DB him. Hey, so the road's not going to be easy.
No.
For the Spurs the rest of the way with this, because the final 8 teams that it's going to go on the West side, the Western Conference side, the Spurs are going to go to LA facing a Lakers team. The way they do this at this point with the reseeding is by record. So Spurs at LA, December 9th or 10th. Suns at Thunder, December 9th, December 10th. On the opposite side, Knicks at Raptors, Magic at Heat. But that's Eastern Conference. You worry about that when the time comes.
Right.
We're going to learn a lot in the middle of December. We're going to learn a lot because, again, relevant basketball, primetime basketball against the best in the league. Honestly, the Suns have beaten you twice at this point. So you wouldn't put the Suns in the conversation, the best of the league, but this is a team that beat you up pretty good 2 times over. So, 3 out of these 4 games, or 2 out of the 3, I guess you could say. However many they end up playing, 2 or 3, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm getting at. Yeah. The Spurs are going to learn a lot about themselves. They're going to learn about resiliency, and they're going to learn about the coming of age side of it. But how many times have we had this conversation, though? And every time, and this is why I said it from the jump, every time we have moved that goalpost back for them, met an expectation, they've met it. And now this is even more of it. And if we're following suit, there's reason to believe that they're going to continue it, in my opinion, at least.
Okay, so this is what made tonight's game so great, is that it came from a lot of different places. Do you think Mitch and the coaching staff sat down before the game and said that Champagnie was going to go have the great game that he had? No, they know that he's going to help, but he had a great game. De'Aaron Fox, we know he's a volume shooter, right? So he tonight chipped in with 16, but some of the plays that he made for others was huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you love about this San Antonio team, that it comes from different ways. Now, when you start talking about OKC, yeah, you're going to need everybody. The Suns, they're 0-2. Now, one of the points that you made was, well, we don't consider them a top team. Casey, we don't, but the way these games are being played now, they're playing well right now. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they catch OKC. That's gonna be another great game to watch. Now, as far as the Spurs with the Lakers, I have a question for you, Casey. I'm gonna throw it right back to you right now.
Yeah.
Does Wemby play in that game?
I think he wants to. I don't know if they'll let him, but that would be very close to the timeline ending of what they're saying. And Wemby does have a flair for the dramatic, so I could totally see a world where, hey, maybe he's ready on like the 3rd or something like that. And no, take that extra week, big fella. We got a primetime game in-season tournament in LA. That's on NBC.
So how did he perform last time he was there?
You what?
How did he perform last time when the Spurs played? They just played there like a month ago.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't.
He wasn't very spectacular, right?
No.
Didn't you tell me, and you've told me, I don't know if you told me this on camera, you told me this off camera, he likes to one-up himself, correct?
Yeah.
This is a do-over. You don't think he's like, I'm in?
LeBron's going to be back too. Right?
Hey, no, I'm leaving it to you. I'm not saying anything.
I think he's gonna. I think he'll play. I think he's gonna flex some muscle there.
Yeah. So let me tell you this.
I think he's gonna flex some superstar muscle.
No, I don't pretend to know. I know some of the things that go on in the building, but I don't know everything. Right? I don't know everything.
Yeah.
There's parts of the it's not allowed. Players aren't allowed over there, right?
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna be back.
Yeah, I think so too.
Don't quote me on that though, but you gotta, like you said, you got a primetime game. It's the Lakers, and it's the NBA Cup.
I think so.
That man might get a call from Michael Jordan himself. I don't know.
I was gonna say, Silver is gonna do a very conveniently timed call in. Hey, RC, how's Victor healing up? Any chance he'll be ready by like December 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there? You think? Okay, yeah. Give me a call back. Let me know, and we'll talk about it. Thanks, RC. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, he called him back at the end of the show today too. Hey, almost time for the end of our show, but before we do, we got to show love to the guys who showed up tonight at work.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Devin, you love showing love to Devins. Now's your time to do it.
Devin Vassell, great game, sir. Hey, big game shots. And I'll tell you what, Danny Green and Jacob were talking about how he got his shot going tonight. That started in Portland. Great game, Devin. Went out there, did what you had to do, had some big-time shots, first and second half. Congratulations to you.
35 points, 12 of 17 from the field, 7 of 9 from 3. That is a classic Devin Vassell on night, and he was certainly on tonight a season high in 35 points. And a good place for us to leave it here on a Friday night as we near the top of the midnight hour into Saturday morning. Next time you're going to be hanging out with us Sunday, Minnesota, another good team, another playoff caliber team, not an in-season tournament NBA Cup game. Those are done now, but that's still a playoff team that the Spurs are going to have to match up against, and a team that's belongs in the Western Conference, needless to say. That's a 6 o'clock tip. As always, Devin and I, we are right there after the game, once it goes final, to talk about everything for better or worse with this Spurs team. And as always, our buddy Jeff Garcia has got you covered on the day-to-day title pod Locked On Spurs. You guys are the ones, the everydayers who help make the Locked On Podcast Network the #1 sports podcast network to all of the land. So as we do every episode, we shout you out for all your love, your encouragement, and just hanging out with us. For hanging out with us, we love sharing moments with you guys like this. It's been an awesome season so far. A lot of fun moments, and we are not even 20 games into this, not even a quarter. So we've enjoyed having you here. Please keep coming back. It's been a lot of fun, and we love having you around to do that. That's going to leave a nice little bow on tonight. Spurs winners this evening, 139-136 to advance out of the group of death. So for my good friend, NBA champion Devin Brown, I'm Casey Viera. We'll talk to you on Sunday following Spurs Timberwolves. Have a nice weekend.